What is going on, Ricers? Chad from CB Media here, and today I'm about an hour north of downtown Bangkok to come up here to hang out with one of my friends and check out some of his cool cars. The main one I'm coming to see is this. His 1929 Ford Model A hot rod. Yes, we're checking out a 1929, almost 90-year-old Ford hot rod here in Bangkok, Thailand today. I bet you didn't expect that. As you can tell in the background, he also has a bunch of dope vintage motorcycles that I know absolutely nothing about. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you understand I do enjoy motorcycles, but I'm just nowhere near as knowledgeable about them as I am cars. I'll let you guys check them out, but don't expect any accurate information when it comes to the bikes. He also has a pretty cool Cadillac and another old school hot rod back there as well. We're gonna check those out, but the goal for today is to get a ride in the 1929 Ford Model A and go take some dope photos of it somewhere. Had to figure out what's going on here, and they basically told me they're changing out the spindle system on this car. This guy behind me that's actually wearing the Cadillac shirt is apparently he's the man when it comes to suspension work on old classic cars like this. So they brought him over here to handle some maintenance stuff to get the Cadillac back on the road. One thing that's so crazy about especially the custom hot rods here is just the fact that parts are not available here like they are in the US. So a lot of people have to build things here with just what they have. I mean, you were just looking at the brakes that were on the Cadillac. Those were clearly some type of Nissan caliper, and who knows what type of rotor. Yes, you saw that correctly. That is a 1UZ Lexus V8 in a Chevrolet fleet line. And a lot of people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Well, let me explain to you why. See, here in Thailand, getting parts like a small block Chevy is something that's not easy to come by. Getting classic old school American engines, like even modern engines like a modern LS power plant, it's next to impossible to get here in Thailand. And if you can get your hands on one, it's extremely expensive because of their massive import duty tax on all cars and car parts that are brought into their country. Almost everything that's swapped here either has the Lexus 1UZ V8 or a 2JZ. For those that are looking for a more reliable power plant and aren't going after big horsepower numbers, and you specifically want a V8, the 1UZ is the swap that pretty much everyone goes for. I just noticed it's on Air Ride. Is it Air Ride? What? Air Ride?
Yes, control is fabrication. It's air valve. Control the valve separation.
I'm pretty sure I actually saw this bike at the Bangkok Motorbike Festival, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. If not, it was whoever built this bike had one just like it on display. If you're really into bikes, you need to make sure to check out that video. The link for it's going to be up here or there or somewhere around there. Click on it, go watch that after you're done with this one. One of my favorite things about traveling the world as a car guy is car guys are car guys no matter where you go. If you're a car guy and you're thinking about traveling, man, do it, because you're going to get yourself into situations like this and meeting new friends all around the world that you would never have before. People always say that they're shocked that I'm able just to go to random countries. If you've been watching my YouTube channel the past few months, you might not know that I've been all around Southeast Asia. All of my car videos and my current YouTube videos are here in Thailand, but I spent a month in Tokyo. I spent weeks in Cambodia, and I've been to Vietnam like 10 times. I've been to Bali, I've been to Singapore, I've been to Kuala Lumpur, I've been to Laos. I've been all around Southeast Asia. The vast majority of that has been done traveling solo, and people are always just shocked that I go to these crazy countries by myself. But what you don't understand is if you're a car guy and you show up to any of these countries, you're not alone. You're going to make friends. You just have to reach out, find car shops, find racetracks, reach out, tell them that you're a foreigner, you're visiting the country, and you are in great hands, and you're gonna meet some of the best friends you'll ever have in your life. If you're a car guy and you want to travel, don't be afraid to do it alone. I promise it'll be worth it. So that actually does have an American V8 in it. It has a Chevrolet small block 350. I know it's a Chevrolet motor and a Ford. You're gonna get real butthurt about it, but listen, that's what everybody does in America. And for the fact that this actually has an American V8 in it, it's very rare here in Thailand, and obviously that swap was extremely expensive. And I do give them props for putting an American V8 in their hot rod. Can you imagine being back in the day having to sit here, and when you want to honk your horn at somebody, you have to take your hand off the steering wheel, reach outside, and then grab this and operate your horn. This is from what?
I see Skyline. I don't know that.
It's from a Nissan Skyline.
Yeah.
So he's telling me on the Model A, all the suspension and the brakes is actually pieced together using parts from a Nissan Skyline. Like I said, these guys here use the parts that are available within their country, which is mostly Toyotas and Nissans, and they adapt those parts to fit these hot rods because they got to stop and they have to have suspension that is, you know, capable of driving on Bangkok roads. If you've never been to Bangkok, Thailand, the roads here are absolute shit. I mean, they just are. So adapting modern suspension and modern brakes to these cars is a very smart idea. I know some of the purists are going to be upset. How dare you put Japanese parts on a 1929 Ford? Look, these cars still have to operate as cars. They're not driven often, but when they are driven, they do need to be safe. You'll notice on the door it says powered by Hawaii Rod, and that's actually a friend of mine, Hawaii Joe. Shout out to him and his shop for hooking me up with these guys over here so I could come check out some cool hot rods. Hawaii Joe is kind of like, he's the go-to guy here in Bangkok if you want to build dope hot rods. He built this one, and he's built hot rods for a few of my friends here in Bangkok. If you've watched Hing's garage tours on my channel, the link should be here for that. He built two of the vehicles for Hing. He built Hing's Jeep. It's like a hot rod Jeep that's like hammered, which also uses a Lexus V8 with ITBs. And he also built Hing's old school classic, I think it's a Chevrolet truck. I can't remember what it is. For the people that have been requesting to see more of Hing's garage, I recently went back and I did a full tour, like full tour of every single car that he owns, which took me like 3 to 4 hours to do. He owns a lot of cars. That video will be coming soon. Make sure you're subscribed to check that out. But for now, let's get back to the hot rods. Okay, so apparently the plan is we're going to get a beer. Is that what we're doing? That's what I'm told we're doing. I will never say no to a beer, especially getting there in a badass hot rod. I can already tell this is going to be super cool. Thank you for taking me for a ride, boy. Oh. buddy. This thing is awesome. Everybody is seeing this thing and then they're freaking out. Then they're seeing me in it and they're freaking out even more. This thing is freaking cool, dude. I really need a hot rod in my life. Oh. Oh. Okay. Beer run complete. We got this spot right here. I think it may work out. As long as I don't get bitten by a street dog. But I think I'll be okay. Generally, street dogs like me. They either like me or they ignore me. Okay, well, my original plan was to shoot this car at a temple, but the temple just didn't work out. I wasn't feeling it. All I have is my 50mm 1.8 lens with me, and I couldn't get the entire temple. So what we ended up doing was parking it here, very, very Thai, and that's what I was going for. You have tons of street dogs, you have local people just hanging out. It's a good vibe. It's an amazing contrast between a 1929 Model A and Thailand. Again, this is just a combination that I've never seen on YouTube personally. I'm definitely screwing up traffic here at like 5 p.m. Come on, Pup. Let's go. Move it along. There's not that much traffic because we're not in the dead middle of the city, but I was still being an asshole. But everybody was super cool because they loved the car and they were coming up and talking to me. I was busy taking photos, so I didn't film a lot of it for the vlog, but you can go and head over to my Instagram, Chad B Photography, to see the photos that I just took. This beer hasn't been in the back of the hot rod the whole time. We were just ripping around, hitting speed bumps and shit. So it's a little warm and a little fuzzy, but it's still a beer, so I'm gonna drink that shit. If you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Apparently the algorithm absolutely absolutely loves when people do that, and it'll push my videos to new people. That way I can continue making dope content for you guys. I appreciate the support, I appreciate the love, and thank you so much for 55,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you again soon.